join button. Woo. Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, hey. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Ooh. Hey, what? Ooh. We in the building, everybody. Hit the like button. Hit the button. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? In a minute. Woo. Yeah, it's so good. What? Hey. All right, we in the building. We in the building. What's up? We're gonna let a few more people come in. Hit the like button. Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. Hit the like button. We have 11. How many people we have in the chat? We have more than 30. More than 30 people in the chat. Let me see what y'all talking about. All right. We got some people in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. It's been a minute. We're not going to be long, though. We're going to talk about a few people, and then we're going to be out. Yes. What's up, beautiful people? How y'all doing? This is Blue Nola. I am back in the building, back from my birthday, back from my vacation. It has been a wonderful, beautiful, positive, I guess you would say, birthday experience. If you've been with me a long time, you know July, I usually go out the loop quite a bit because of my birthday. I kind of celebrate right before my birthday, during my birthday, and then right after my birthday. And in the midst of all of that, right, I'm born July 2nd, which makes me a Cancer. And in the midst of all of that, you have the 4th of July, right? Celebratory time. And then we have Essence, which is also a celebratory time. So it really feels like I'm celebrating for real when my birthday comes because there's so much going on. So welcome to the chat. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been on YouTube. I've been on Instagram, posting every now and then. But it's been about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks since I've been on YouTube, but it was like 2 weeks well worth it, guys. I tell you this, take a break, go enjoy your life, take care of yourself. I see some people from Instagram here. How are you? Take a break, go enjoy your life, right? It's not that, listen, it's all about self-care. So let's get into it. Tonight we have a few people that we discussed on Instagram and YouTube that we want to do readings on. Cardi B, Offset. We have one on Making Good, Jonathan Majors, of course, Trump, and President Biden, right? Those are a few people that we put on a thumbnail just to have like a thumbnail that we can kind of roll with, right? For whatever reason, I'm like excited about doing these readings for y'all today. She looks pregnant to me. I'm going to be honest with you. If anything Cardi does, she's going to show off her body. She's going to show off her waist. So to me, the fact that she's wearing baby doll dresses, she's wearing basically Ashanti's pregnancy outfit, to me that says a lot, right? That says a lot. I know the other day she had chimed in about somebody asking her was she pregnant and they spelled it wrong. To me, she was being funny about the way they spelled it, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't know nothing about Cardi B, she's going to show off that waist. She's going to show up those. She spent tons of money on her body to be walking around with baby doll dresses and, big shirts and looking like she about to go to the grocery store. Okay. So let's start. Let's start the reading off with that. Before I get started again, welcome to the chat. This is Chris, your girl Blue Nola. Thank you again. Now, before I even get started with that, don't forget, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. I always forget to say that. You can always book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. I have some spaces left for July. Right? I haven't been pushing it as much as I usually do. And that's just because I've been on vacation too. But yeah, like if you want to book with me, BlueNolaTarot.com. Also, guys, soon, very soon, I will be selling these bracelets on my website. This is actually one that I made, or two that I made. I have the big one, really pretty, really beautiful. And then I have this one, which comes behind it. These will be sold as sets. So when I do put them on the website, you will be able to buy them as a set, and they will be affordable. Okay. So I've already been working on it. I have a second Instagram in which I'll be placing everything on, and they'll go on the website sooner than later. But just to see you guys, just look how pretty that is. And then you have the black, and I thought that was kind of cool to have it. So when you get them, you'll have like a set. You'll be able to wear them as a set. And you can take this one and put it over here if you want to. Just kind of break it up a little bit. It's totally up to you. So let's get into our reading today. The first reading will be on Cardi B and Offset. I did get some questions from all of you guys. And the first question was, is she pregnant, right? So let me go into my questions, because you guys did send me some questions. So I want to honor those questions and make sure that you're not just sending me, asking for questions and then not actually using the questions. So let's see. Where did I put them? Oh, let me go on my Instagram. Hold on. Because I definitely want to make sure that I honor your questions. Let me turn the volume down. Hold on. I don't want music playing. All right, so how y'all doing? Tell me where y'all from. Let's go. We have about 52 people in the chat. More people will build as we come. I've been off YouTube for a while, so when you get off YouTube, it kind of doesn't send it out to everybody that it needs to send it out to. What's up, Tila? Thank you for coming through to moderate. All right, so let's see. Let's see what y'all asked about Cardi B. The first question is obviously, is she pregnant, right? But let's see if there's anything else that y'all wanted to know in reference to Cardi B. My other question is Offset really cheating? Like, is he actually cheating? Like, I mean, dude, like, come on. Like, what's going on here? Like, dude, don't you get tired of getting caught up? Spirit, give me the energy around Offset and Cardi B. The first question is she actually pregnant? She's not saying anything, but she normally doesn't, right? She kind of keeps it real quiet and real private until the end. Is Cardi B actually pregnant? She has the Six of Cups. I know one thing, she been getting it in. I know one thing, she's been getting it in. Let me say this too, and this is just to start this off. When you look at all of this, you remember they broke up and then they got back together? That's this right here, right? Broke up, got back together. This also could represent them going through some type of therapy. I know she mentioned therapy, but that also could mean that they both are partaking in therapy, or at least they're discussing therapy. So they do have a reconnection aspect here, which is actually good. I like to see people reconnect. I'm all for a relationship if you can make it work. And also, too, going through some type of therapy. Not that it's perfect. They have their good days and bad days. She's also very temperamental. That's also because she don't like him playing in her face, right? You can see when she gets online, she starts talking about, don't play in my face, I'll expose you. The Emperor is here. And this represents Offset and when they're not in sync, right? I definitely feel like being back with him has been like a tough decision. I know a lot of people thought it was for clicks and views, but I really feel like they had problems because they have it here, 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 here. They still have challenges, right? Even in their Eight of Wands, this talks about communication challenges. And two, she could lose her cool. When you see this Queen of Wands and that Queen of Swords, that's losing her cool. But it's for good reason, because this man, right, he do be playing in her face, right? So that's what it talks about. They definitely been, in between all of that drama, making it happen as in making some magic happen in the bedroom. So you can see that is happening. So just to kind of start this off about, was saying, hey, is this, was it a PR stunt? I really feel like they do be having real problems, guys. And even with that Emperor reverse, you can classify Offset as being somebody who is the initiator a lot of times of that. And he could play the victim. Even with that Emperor reverse, that could represent somebody who can initiate an issue. Then he can play the victim. And then you know how we do as women, as soon as a man starts trying to, gaslight and manipulate, we blow up. Right here, we blow up. So let's go ahead and get into it again. What's up, Miss Jones? What's up? Give me the energy around Cardi B. And is she actually pregnant? Because right now, this is literally just telling us they rekindled, they're working on it. She still be on the fence with him. He still be playing in her face. They weren't in alignment. That definitely shows that. And they still could have trouble coming their way. So let's keep going. Is she actually pregnant? They make some cute babies, I can tell you that. They make some cute babies. Sheesh. She got pregnancy in her messages. She has it here too. She has pregnancy here in her messages, all right? My problem is that this man, he still be lying. Right? That's why I kind of did what I did when I was kind of like, whew, not that it's my problem. I don't have to deal with it, thank goodness. But in her messages here and here, this represents it's not over yet. You might still see them having public fallouts. What I don't understand is like, we're at a point in our lives, right? Whether you're in your late 30s, you're in your early 30s, you're in your 40s, or whatever the age is. Why every time you have a problem with your husband, you online hollering and screaming? Like, is there no go to your local therapist, your mother, your friends? Like, why are people online literally like going crazy on their spouses? That's such a sign of immaturity, right? Such a sign of immaturity. But she is pregnant in her messages here and here. This is what it's showing. This look like a few months, but she is pregnant with here, and it does show a healthy pregnancy for Cardi B, and she's excited about the baby. Of course, she loves being a mom. This is her being a great mom, but she definitely shows in her messages here pregnancy. I don't really like doing prediction on, like, I don't like really reading on kids, but this does. I mean, Paige can represent a female messages, right? But it can also, depending on the situation, it can represent a male. But this kind of is falling into female energy. But I'm not going to, lay it down as a law because I don't like really reading on kids like that. But this is what she has in her messages here. I do feel like sometimes she does feel stuck. When you see this is represents sometimes she does feel a little stuck in her life. And this is her overall life. And this is not about just the kids, but it could be her overall life, right? But, this is how I feel about it. You picked him. You got engaged. You married him. You keep going back and forth with him. So what you crying for? What you crying for? I mean, I'm so confused. It's like we pick these people, right? And then they show us who they are. And then we keep believing them or not. And then we keep going back. So then at the end of the day, who's, it's almost like saying, then you're now playing the victim, because you're a victim of your own circumstances and you're now playing the victim, right? So it's almost like saying, if you're going to stay with the man, be quiet. Be quiet. If he cheats, be quiet. If he, get to the point to where he won't, go hang out with the boys and act like he ain't got a family, be quiet. You keep going, talking to the social media for, going in these spaces. I mean, it's crazy to me. Give me the energy around Cardi B's album. Will she ever release this album? I don't know why y'all be harassing people about that kind of stuff. Not y'all, but I just, let him cheat in peace. Why Why? Y'all gotta, okay, so let me say this. When people, she's talked about her being stressed about music, but y'all never thought maybe it's a mental health thing with Cardi B with her music? Maybe it's not about the material is not good. Maybe it really gives her anxiety and stress to put that music out. Maybe she doesn't put the music out because there's something happening, with her as it relates to like it's not even about being lazy. Um, but give me the energy around Cardi B putting this second album out. Will this actually happen? Cardi B and her second album. I do feel like she's gonna put it out. I feel like she's gonna put it out. I feel like she's gonna put it out. And it's gonna do well. And she needs to stop worrying about it. Just go do it. All right. So she has in her messages here. This is really positive for her in terms of her album. Remember I talked about having internal conflicts with herself? This is what that represents here, right? This represents a person who's having a lot of conflict with herself, getting over that hurdle, That's the problem with, is the thing that people love about Cardi B is the thing that hurts Cardi B in terms of she's always in her head, right? She's always worried about what other people are saying and doing. Once again, she's online having a squabble with Joe Budden, right? At the end of the day, stop allowing these people to control you. The album will come out. It does show coming out, right? And it does show, it actually does well. People actually love it. It talks about, it really does well. She was the Queen of Wands as well. It talks about she overcomes that challenge. And then this is about her making money. This is about people connecting with it. This is about her taking a risk. But it does show she does struggle. She does struggle. The problem is she's too busy online looking at what everybody's saying and talking about, right? Right? You know, what separated Drake from Kendrick Lamar when they had their problem? Does anybody like get an idea like what separated Drake being Kendrick trumping Drake in that moment, in that beef? If anybody could answer that, let me know. What's up, moderators? What was the defining moment between Drake and Kendrick Lamar in that beef? Right? Like, keeping this in mind, what was the defining moment in Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Anybody can answer that? So her album does show that it's coming out. It does show that it does well. She still will. She has a message of working really hard on it. Anybody can answer that? What was the difference? Like, what separated Drake from Kendrick Lamar? Why does she feel a need to respond to everything? She watches everything. Kendrick didn't respond to online antics. Exactly. Drake's tech tracks were simply better. Drake tracks simply weren't better. It wasn't authentic. Hey Nola, what's up? Not sure your birthday was, but I know you're a Cancerian. Happy, thank you. I appreciate you. When everybody came together when everyone came together as one to go against Drake. Okay, Kendrick Lamar dropped music instead of being online sharing memes and Drake. That was why Drake. Somebody said this when the beef was going on. While Drake was watching social media, Kendrick was watching Drake. Right? Kendrick was about the business that was in front of him. He wasn't worried about everybody's opinion, what everybody had to say. He was focused solely on his target, right? That was the difference. While Drake was soaking up what everybody's saying and reacting to what everybody was saying online and, worried about social media, right? Kendrick was worried about what Drake was doing. And that was the separation. He was focused on his target, his enemy, his opponent. He stayed focused. That was the difference. If you listen to Kendrick's music, He knew so much stuff that we would think, damn, I thought Kendrick wasn't even online. I thought Kendrick wasn't even paying attention, all of that. He had it together. He stayed focused. While Drake was watching social media, Kendrick was watching Drake. That was, and he underestimated him. You're right. And he underestimated him. That's the problem when you think you're on top too long, right? When you're on top too long and you feel like you help people, you start getting too big headed, right? And you start losing the focus. So she does show she's gonna put it out. It does show. This is giving me like, let's get a time frame on all this, because if you look at this is 5 weeks, and then this is another 9 weeks. So that's giving you a few months. But let's get a true time frame. Oh, actually, we can count this too, because if you do this is 13 weeks, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 weeks, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27 weeks. So I'm going to say between now and 27 weeks. I'll give it between now and 27 weeks. All right, give or take. But it does show coming through. So that was the difference. So if Cardi can stay focused on like what's in front of her and stop worrying about what everybody on social media is saying, then she'll be a Kendrick Lamar now. She'll never be a Kendrick Lamar, but I mean, what am I saying here? But and this is kind of reconfirming in less than a year, all right, for her music. But again, not set in stone. All right, so any other questions for Cardi B before we move to the next person or persons? Offset. Let's switch cards real quick. I'm going to ask about him cheating. Ooh. Will Cardi's music do better? Will her music do well? Will it do better than her debut album? I definitely feel like it'll be, people will, it's funny she keeps having that 5 of Wands even with a new deck and that 9 of Wands. I feel like it'll do well. Better than her first album. I think she'll stream well. Now, better than her first album, I feel like she'll do well. But better than her first album, I have like some messages around that make you feel like it may not be exactly the same. But I feel like it'll do well. And over time, it'll do better and better and better. But when you look at her messages here and here, this is kind of telling you it does well, but maybe not as well as the first one. But it still does well, guys. And again, it's one of those things where, over time, it can pick up momentum and all that. I be thinking they be buying streams and stuff like that. A lot of times they be buying streams. I think Meg Thee Stallion was just caught for buying 30 million streams or something like that. They need to be careful with that because people are going to be watching that, right? But again, remember I talked about being hesitant, being paranoid, being defensive. This is what she has in here as well. It does show releasing the music. It does show, like, again, I do feel like it'll do well, but then it does show a little bit of, like, some people, of course, people gonna love, some people gonna love it, some people gonna hate it. She does show a lot of pessimism. She allows a lot of stuff to block her, right? This is happening, block. That's happening, block. This is it, block. You know how we sometimes will work on something, and as soon as life gets in the way, we start, like, dialing it back. This is what she does in her messages. I do feel like it'll do well as the first one. This is giving me, like, not as well, but still well. All right? Oh, thank you. How y'all doing? Thank you for coming through. It's been a minute. All right, so let's just ask about Offset. Is he actually cheating? He's a notorious cheat. Give me the energy around Offset. Is he actually cheating? Y'all notice my nails? I don't have the long nails on, huh? Ms. Jones said, yes, he is. Is he actually cheating? Give me the energy around Offset. Is he still being sneaky? or people are just making things up on him. Can he live, not live, can he get around all of the cheating allegations? He still be on stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what nobody say. He still be on stuff. Right? 3 is a crowd. He has the message of an affair. 3 is a crowd. He literally has it here. All right? He also has another message here that actually represents some, would be considered disgraceful energy. And this is why he probably be getting into it with, and none of this stuff is serious, right? None of that stuff is serious. But it definitely shows in his messages. I feel like at one point he did slow down, because when you look at this and this, it does show he was trying to do the right thing. But when you look at these two, and let me say this, he still has cheating in coming, right? That this still means cheating, more cheating to come. This actually represents an affair. 3 is a crowd. This is what it talks about, right? Which will create difficulty. And here Cardi goes again, yip yapping on the internet. I said, don't play with me. No such shit. And then guess what they have again? Back together again. So it don't even matter. Again, stop coming on the internet, yip yapping your trip, talking about Offset if you're going to break up with them and come right back with them. Period. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of it. I said, don't play with me. I'll expose yours. She want to control Offset with the internet. She want to expose Offset with the internet. She ain't no worse than a side chick that got broken up with, that's trying to go on the internet and expose the receipts to get the man to comply. She ain't no worse. She ain't no better. I mean, she's no better. All right. Anyway, y'all, thank you for allowing me to read for you for Cardi B and Offset. Any other messages for Offset, Spirit? Ooh, this sounds like the weather's about to get crazy out here. Let me say this too. You know how they was talking about pregnancy rumors? He does have pregnancy rumors in his messages, but they're falling in his past position. So it almost makes you feel like there's something about somebody could have been pregnant. There is something about that here, even in that Page of Wands aspect, right? There is some truth to it. I always say where there's smoke, there's fire. But then when you see this message here, this almost makes you feel like a person could have had been in a pregnancy and could have been demanded or commanded to come out of it, and then this talks about being free. So it definitely shows in some of the messages here. And, even when you look here, this represents, getting himself caught up into a situation that, when you look at Hierophant energy, like you doing stuff you ain't got no business, you going places that you ain't got no places being. But to answer like the rumor thing, I don't feel like Cardi B, and I'm not talking about the children he's had with other people before Cardi B. There is definitely some smoke and fire going on here, when you see this. And look at that Empress pregnancy aspect here. But then back here, it almost makes you feel like whatever he had going on, he could have tried to force push the issue to end it or what have you, because this shows like an ending of some sorts, and then it feels like freedom. So I'm not going to take I'm not going to sit here and it's for entertainment purposes only, but it definitely shows like there's some truth to what them people be saying online about him. Yeah, he needs to do better. But look, guys, if she's going to stay with a man that continues to cheat, lie, scheme, play games, manipulate, get to a point to where he want to be and go hang with the boys, like I said, stop coming on the internet. We don't want to hear it. So that's that. And I still feel like he had a relationship. He kicked it with Krishan. I still feel like he did it. So, and we did a reading about that before. All right, so that is on that. Let's see what else y'all wanted to do. So Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. Let's switch gears. I'm ready to switch gears a little bit. Megan Good and Jonathan Majors have been going strong, guys. He won the Perseverance Award? Was it, didn't he win a Perseverance Award? What did he win a Perseverance Award for? Being in a domestic situation and running out of it? I mean, like, what is going on? So Jonathan Majors is with Megan Good, and he was awarded a Perseverance Award by Hollywood Unlocked, which is Jason Lee. You know, Jason Lee and Megan Good are really good friends. So it appears to me that they're using Jason Lee to help rebuild his image. All right? Rebuild Jonathan Majors' image. Despite the fact that Jonathan Majors had admitted to getting, having some situations, despite the fact that Jonathan Majors, they even had an article that came out from Rolling Stones that said, multiple women said he did this in college. His lawyer didn't even deny it. His lawyer simply said he was young and he was made some mistakes. He had this incident with this lady, which showed that they were having a very toxic situation. But what lives in people's mind rent free is the fact that he got out the car running after he was in the car and they had an incident. And then Megan did an interview where she talked about even her own family said they did not want him. They did not want her with this man. So what are the questions for Megan Good and Jonathan Majors? I honestly don't care. If she loves it, I like it. It's like, what do you want me to do with this, right? Like, if you're sitting here dealing with a man that is notoriously involved in domestic and toxic situations, and you're dealing with a man that was just in a toxic abusive situation, what are any of us shouldn't even be arguing about that. Like, that's her life, that's her choice, that's what she wants to do. Are they going to get married? Give me the energy around Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. Are they going to get married? Yeah, I honestly don't care. I definitely feel like let's just deal with these messages here out. And there's quite a bit of them. They've grown. They've definitely grown together. They definitely feel like this, to me, represents a choice, a union, a connection. They have the potential to go the distance, guys. They have the potential, right? Will it be easy? No. Will she have concerns? And as she gets to see, this is the problem is like going with men who have that type of behavior. You don't see it in the beginning because he's going to treat you so good, huh? But as the time rolls on, she'll start to see little signs of it. So to answer the question, there's a high possibility and potential while the going is good that they could take the next steps. They could do that, right? This is what this shows in the messages. They definitely have a hot and steamy romantic connection. So it definitely shows the potential for them to really do that. Look at that beautiful, isn't that a beautiful card? Look at that. Oh, woo, that's a beautiful, sexy card right there. Right? It definitely shows. And I do feel like he's more in sync with her now than ever before. I remember when I first would see him, I'm like, he looked weird. But this represents he does feel a better connection with her. So the potential for them to have something significant is there. It does show that they have a connection, they have affection, they are hot and steamy, etc., etc. This is what it talks about. But let me caution you with this. And they could watch these. I know somebody tried to get on my video and write a manifesto. Don't get on my video, write no goddamn manifestos. I'm not reading it. You're wasting your time. But I thought that was Megan Good or somebody or Jason Lee. Let me stop. But she's gonna have some problems with him too, y'all. And this Nine of Swords, this Wheel of Fortune, this Queen of Pentacles, and also this message here. Listen, you gotta watch these people because behaviors don't change overnight. Behaviors don't change overnight, right? When you see this message here, this represents, she may experience some level of control or trauma or abuse. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental. It could be verbal. But she's gonna, and this is in her future position. She'll experience herself. There's also an element in here down the road, and I'm gonna say down the road is not right now. There's an element in here that talks about cheating, right? He with his girlfriend talking to other women. What you think he gonna do to you? What you think he gonna do to you? Is in here as well, right? Then he gonna be making it seem like she crazy. Oh, you jealous? You just jealous, right? You jealous? No, she ain't gonna be jealous. She gonna be just like the other lady, chasing him with a broom. Okay, and then even here in this message, right? This represents feeling overwhelmed. It's feeling a sense, and also feeling a sense of embarrassment. So, sometimes, like when you have your family saying, I don't think it's a good look, I don't feel comfortable with that. I know he's coming off real nice, but be careful, keep your eyes. That's for a reason. Just like on social media, people see something in him that doesn't sit right with them. If I had to look at Jonathan Majors and I had to say, what would be the thing that I see? I see that I see where he's hurt. I see where he's vulnerable. I see that he feels isolated, but I also feel like he's using the black community to get back in the good graces of trying to get back on the good side. That's what I see what he's doing. It is almost like saying allowing someone to manipulate the world or manipulate the black community and embracing him again. That's how I see it. He gives me manipulation energy. So I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. Like again, and I'm not saying a person can't grow and a person can't change. I definitely feel like that therapy is going to be helpful. It's just, yeah, it's something about him, guys. It's like if you really read his body language is off. He almost looks like a fish out of water. It makes you feel like he's not really in his element. It's almost like, it's like you gotta watch a man that's used to dating white women and being around white people. Cause then the adjustment to is just something about him. It's just something, there's something there with this guy. It almost makes you feel like, it's like he's wearing the wrong shoes. He's wearing the wrong clothes. He's not in his true nature. It's like he's not in his true nature. So when somebody's not in their true nature, you have to be careful with that because then that means that person could be wearing a costume. That's why we always talk about him. He makes us feel like he's wearing a costume, even though he do look like he be wearing a costume. This is why sometimes we always feel like he's wearing a costume. He feel like he's not fitting his clothes. He's not fitting the look. He's not fitting. There's something that doesn't fit about him because it's almost like he's playing another role. And it makes you feel like he's not in his skin. He's not in his purpose. It's something about him. If I had to really describe it, it makes you feel like it's just something. It's like taking a white guy, putting him in the black community, and he just never quite fits. He never quite connects. There's something about him. Like, so I say to her, be careful. But again, if she loves it, I like it. I love it. I love it. And you can watch this video, girl. More power to you, Gio. You'll never catch me on no day, bad, good, or ugly, dealing with nobody that's literally, got a situation with one woman, situations with multiple women, and then a bunch of people he went to school with saying he was abusive and aggressive and disrespectful. Like, everybody's not lying on this man. Cosplay, good word. Something about him, y'all. I'm telling you. Something about him. But she'll see it eventually. But in the meantime, in between time, he's off. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something very wrong with him. I'm telling you, it's almost like he's never comfortable. He's never in his skin for real. He always makes you feel like, it's his eyes, but it's his energy. It's his energy, guys. Watch his energy. Watch his eyes. Watch his comfortability. He always looks so, Maybe it's the situation. He always looks like he's just not ever comfortable. He looked like a white man as in with a bunch of black people. He just comfortable. Okay. Yeah, it's his eyes, and two is like his eyes is always shifting all over the place. Shifty eyes. But how old is she? She's trying to have a baby at what age? What's this girl name? I mean, Megan Good. How old is she? Give me the energy around Megan Good. Was she and Jonathan Majors had a baby? There's a potential for it. In her 40s? There's a potential for it. That's for sure. There's a potential for it. Definitely so. So, yeah. She's in her like 40s, huh? Her late 40s? Her late 40s. And I'm not saying that a person can't change their stripes. I'm not saying a person can't go to therapy and learn, but a person with a history of abusive behavior, I don't know about that. Alright, so that is on. She did say she wanted kids. She said she froze her eggs. Good. Okay, good. I know a lot of people that freeze their eggs. That's one of the best. If you ever been thinking about freezing your eggs, it's like one of the best decisions you can ever make in your life. Because as you get older, and you worry about how many eggs you have in order to, to really have a baby down the road. Whatever the decision you make, it's really one of the best decisions you could ever make in your life. If you're in that position. I wonder what her ex feels about him. So in her Eight of Pentacles, I could see the relationship going on for some time, but I definitely feel eventually they do, they just go their separate ways because it just doesn't work out, right? In irreconcilable differences, whatever. Give me the energy around Devin. How does he feel about her with this man? How does he actually feel? I feel like he's happy for her. And he sees that there's a potential for them to get married. Devon, what's his name? Devin? He is from the church. The church. The church is forgive and forgive. Somebody hit you in the head, forgive. Somebody twisted your finger, forgive. Somebody, scratched you behind your ear, forgive. Somebody molested the daughter, forgive. The church is the most forgiving space you can ever go to. My grandfather touched me, forgive. The church is very forgiving, so you can only imagine a church person is going to have that same, thou shalt not judge, pass judgment, forgive. A man is not, judged by one action, To me, I feel like he's happy for her. And to me, he's from the church. So naturally, a lot of these church folks, and I'm from the church too, a lot of church folks, they do have that. We've been raised to forgive and to, forgive. All right. So that is on Megan Good and Mr. Jonathan Majors. Does he feel comfortable around the black community? Does he feel comfortable in his own skin? Like, what is going on? Why does he always look weird? And these two fell back out. This represents an insecurity, right? Represent, again, feeling like the pressures of the negativity. Give me the energy around him again. Why does he always look so uncomfortable? Jonathan Majors around, like when you see him, why is he so awkward? Is he just naturally awkward? What is up with that? I think it's a lot to do with like him. I think it's part of his personality too. When you see that hangman, that's a part of his personality and who he is. He's introverted energy. People who are antisocial type energy. That's a part of who he is too. He also has in his messages as well. Somebody who is worried about like what people are saying, his, the situation, losing deals, all of that. I think it puts him in an awkward place, but he's naturally like that too. This is what it shows. He's naturally like that. So, yeah. He still got something going on with him, though. Hit the like button, please. Thank you, Missy. Michael is married. However, they would make such a cute couple. Yes. He is very married. He is not worried about Megan Good, chill. He is very comfortable where he is. Let that man alone. We don't want him getting mixed up with the likes of Megan Good. I remember somebody that I know who, yeah, he's with his family. I know somebody who knows, I think I told you that knows Megan Good from when she was really in the club. She ain't innocent at all. And I'm talking about in a club doing stuff she ain't had no business doing. Okay? And this was, somebody who is very trustworthy. Very. In those private rooms, allegedly doing, indulging. Okay? So don't let her little innocent look fool y'all. I said I am a great man, child. No great man walks around telling people that they're great. Lord of the delusionals. But yeah, she ain't innocent, y'all. Alright, so that is on Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. Again, we wish them the best of luck. And Megan, when he pop you upside your head and he cheat on you and he be lying and manipulating you, we don't want no interviews. We don't want you on Hollywood Unlocked talking about the aftermath. Keep it to yourself. You sat here and held a man up that was in abusive situation, has been accused of multiple situations, has had his college friends talk about he's abusive. Rolling Stone did an article. I think they had over 50 people that talked about how abusive he was. So let me say this. Do not come over here. Not here. But don't come online when it's all said and done talking about your journey and your experience. I'm going to be like Stephen A. Smith. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Okay? We don't want to hear it. So don't come telling us when it's all said and done and you get to experience when he really shows his true colors. What's the name of that? Rolling Stones. When he shows his true colors, we don't want to see. We don't want to hear nothing about nothing. Okay? Keep it to your damn self. Keep Rolling Stones article on Jonathan Majors. Let me see, because I read a whole article where they had so many people that came out and talked about Jonathan's Majors' extreme abuse allegedly goes back nearly a decade. Nearly a decade. Majors was allegedly abusive with his partners, aggressive on sets, and was a source of toxicity at Yale. 24 sources tell Rolling Stone. So don't you come over here. Don't you come when down the road, and I don't care if it's 8 years from now, telling us about this man. Okay? Because if you go on this Rolling Stone article, they said they spoke with, during the 3-month investigation that Rolling Stone did, they spoke with more than 40 people who have known Majors during his time in graduate school, his Hollywood career, and his romantic relationships. Many describe Majors as complicated, unpredictable, and sometimes violent man who would switch from being charming to cold in a flash. So don't come telling us nothing when he shows you who he really is. We don't want to see you on Hollywood Unlocked. We don't want to see you on Ayana Van Zandt. We don't want to talk. We didn't want to hear it. You understand? See, we in the black community, we get amnesia about what's being said and what's written, and then we go give people perseverance awards. We don't want to hear none of it. I personally don't. All right, so that is on Jonathan Jonathan Majors and Jonathan Majors and what's her name? Megan Good. Okay, period. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear that. All right, so our next person of interest, people of interest, I think we can keep them as couples. Let's see. I'm trying to tell you, I read that whole article. That's why I'm like, so we just giving perseverance awards to just people that's popping people inside the damn head. Oh, okay. That sounds wonderful. Mm-hmm. But hey, when you gotta, when you're trying to help somebody preserve their image, I don't want to hear it. Thank you. Thank you. Is Joe Biden going to step down? um, hold on. Let me send this out. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. The man pop you upside your damn head. Give me the energy around President Joe Biden. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I feel like we're doing elder abuse by letting this man run. I'm trying to tell you right now, we are literally doing elder abuse by allowing this man to stay in office. I know Trump is not the best candidate, but at this point, us voting for Biden and like at this point, we're literally participating in elder abuse. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way. This man literally seems like he doesn't know what's going on. He seems like he's basically like that man that was getting frozen, right? He is something happening here. And at this point, we are participating. I'm sorry, guys. We are participating in elder abuse by ignoring the signs and ignoring what's happening in front of us. Like, I really feel bad. Like, I really feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there's no way he could be making real decisions. Like, there's just no way. He's literally the face. He's just the face. Give me the energy around Joe Biden. Will he actually step down? I'm telling you, y'all are participating in elder abuse. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Your mom's birthday today? Well, happy birthday to your mom. Okay. Give me the energy around Joe Biden. And will he step down? This is kind of, that's like, you seeing your nana like that every day. And you're going to go tell your nana to go run for city council, knowing that she can't even really handle the business in front of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's terrible. Thank you, Miss Jones. Give me the energy around Joe Biden. Will he step down? Ooh. I don't know, y'all. I was feeling a little bad. He's not going to try to step down. They would have to force him down. He is not trying to step down. I feel like they're talking to him about it. I feel like he's going to try to move himself forward. So in his messages here, this represents somebody who's going to try to avoid that. He's going to try to avoid stepping down, right? In his messages, he feels this is unrealistic to me. This is unrealistic. The difference, though, Trump still speaks very clearly. He has a lot of control in his voice and his personality. He's not this. There's a true difference. I mean, they're both older, but I mean, you would think that Trump was 20 years younger than this man. Just by the way they both come across. This man is not trying to step down. No, and here this represents that these messages say he should step down, right? Because it is unrealistic and he does get confused. And even in this message here, he has a lot of health cards here too. Tower card, double card, sun card, moon card, star card. His health is not good. And it will be a challenge for him. Like he's going to be challenged. These are challenge messages. This talks about You see him, you're worried about him. You're worried about like how he's coming across. Is he coherent? Is he going to make a mistake? He's completely challenged, but he's unwilling to step down, guys. He's unwilling to. Like it almost makes you feel like this man, and I'm not trying to wish nothing on him. It's almost like something would have to happen to him health wise for him to come out the loop. It almost really makes you feel like something would have to really happen to him, Ace of Swords in reverse, for him to really come out that loop. Other than that, this man is trying to move himself forward. Right? He's trying to move himself forward. Even to the point to where I could see him trying to get like a health exam to prove that he's in good health. They really need to implement that. They really need to be like at a certain point. Now, not that we're discriminating, but once you get to a, once you get to a point, and age looks different for everybody. Somebody 65 could be just it look as sickly as somebody who's 75, somebody who's 85. There should be a point where you start to see a slowdown of somebody that you start saying, okay, you're gonna have to go through a battery of tests with an independent doctor, like, and this needs to be a panel of 3 to decide on your fate. Because this is kind of unreasonable. Let me see what you're saying. How sick is Joe Biden? He got a lot of, y'all, listen, that's a lot of cards. That's like saying this man could end up having dementia or what you call it, Alzheimer. Right? Confusion. Don't know where he is. All these. So, I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to diagnose the poor man. But at this point, we just doing elder abuse. Okay? He is not stepping down. Okay, so Donald Trump had a situation where somebody allegedly tried to that was real. It just showed me a message saying that was real. So it definitely shows that the situation was real. It was not stage confirmed for me. It just showed me like a message saying it was real. 10 of Swords in the back, real. Give me the energy around that attempted assassination on Donald Trump. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chanel. Somebody was trying, look, this is real. So for the people that kept saying it was just made up, or this is real. Like, this is a real thing. This wasn't made up. You see that? You see this person with a weapon? Okay. Trying to get somebody. This person has blood on them. On the side. Look at the side that the blood is on. Didn't Donald Trump get hit on the right side? Right? And then another person was hit? That was a real situation. Okay? Will someone else make an attempt on Donald Trump? He got the death card. With the 8 of Wands. With the Queen of Swords. 9 of Cups. Judgment card. I'm sorry. It looks real to me. Sorry. Ooh. I don't see another incident happening where he actually gets hurt. But that, to me, the person who actually did it, we didn't see. See, this is the deal. We keep looking at the people in the crowd. Did we see the person who actually did it, what his actions were? Did you see the actual shooter and how he presented himself, how he positioned himself? Did you see that? If you didn't see a video of the shooter, you can't make that assumption. You saw a video of how people were acting in a crowd. How are people going to act in a crowd? Everybody's going to act differently in a crowd. Some people are going to be freaked out. Some people are going to be real calm. Some people are going to be nosy. Some people are going to, like, I can't say why the lady did why she reacted the way she did. I don't know that lady. Right? We didn't get no video footage of the actual shooter doing the shooter. So we can't say that, oh, it looked like it was staged. We can't say that. I'm not a, listen. It looked very real to me. But I can tell you this much. You damn sure know he going to capitalize off of it. And he going to use it to his advantage. And he going to clout chase off of it. And, somebody actually died. To sit here, that's thank you for that. To sit here and say it was staged and somebody actually died, it shows we have a lack of compassion. It shows so Donald Trump set this up to shoot himself, and an actual firefighter died. And we think this is still staged? What planet are we on? What's happening here? Actual person died. My sister said she thought it was stage 2. I say, and somebody died? What? So now we staging stuff. So we in the Middle East. We're Al Qaeda, where even Al Qaeda don't stage that. They standing on business. So Donald Trump is gonna go and set up a whole situation to see somebody die. But you know what's interesting about Donald Trump, though? You ever thought about this, guys? When they had that whole thing that happened on Capitol Hill or whatever that was, people died. And then he was at a rally and people died. He is the only president. Am I incorrect to say that people have died? Is he the only president where people have literally died? Right? The storming of the Capitol Hill, few people died. He was doing, and I'm not saying, I'm just saying, it's he's the only president that I know of that he's been attached to people actually dying. Sheesh. Wow. And he don't even give a damn. Look at them people that was in that Capitol Hill thing. They're in jail. Donald Trump over here running around, don't give a damn. The man, the firefighter died. He didn't even make a public nothing about that man. Joe President Biden tried to call the family. They wouldn't even acknowledge him, but Trump has yet to do that. Almost drama with him. Biden called the widow, the man who died, declined the call, and Trump didn't even call him. I'm trying to tell you. He don't give a damn about none of them people. He sat there and raised his fist and capitalized off that moment and went and made more shirts and went and made more money and put a bandage on his ear. And now he's using that and clout chasing, and he's little imbeciles running around with bandages on the ear. Alright. We have a video on if he's going to win or not. I'll link that in the bio. We have a video on if he was going to go to trial before the election. I told y'all no. Right? And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to hold him off and hold everything off until after this election. This is what power can do. Power and money. Connections and associations. I have a video from a long time ago. It might be 2 or 3 years old. I should have stood on that video. Everything I said in that video is actually happening. I'm going to link that video in the description box. Literally, slowly but surely, they're just dismissing all the major stuff that can sit in the jail. They're just slowly trying to dismiss it. All right, so that is on Biden and Trump. I'll link both videos in the bio. One of the videos will be on if he's going to win the election. The second video is going to be an old video where we talked about him going to jail and all of that. All right, who is the next person? Let me see. Oh, God, let me see. So we did, I think we did everybody. Oh, I think we did everybody. We did Cardi B, Offset, Megan Good, and Jonathan Majors, President Biden, and former President Trump. I think we did everybody, guys. All right, so this is the end of the road. I think we need to come back. What's today? Today is Friday. I don't like making promises, but I think we should come back tomorrow and do some other people that's on the list. If I come back tomorrow, and it'll be around the same time, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. We've done everybody that's on the thumbnail. This is a very easy reading today. I appreciate you. Tomorrow we will do more people that's actually on the list. So I will talk to y'all later. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. And I didn't want this to be too long. The setting looks beautiful on screen. I didn't want this to be, too long. Thank you for coming through. It's been about 3 weeks. Now, 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks since I haven't been here. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Don't forget, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com if you'd like to book your reading. Let's see what else. I have tons of suggestions already. So you can put suggestions, but we already got suggestions. We got so many suggestions. I can do 4 or 5 more videos and we're going to be good. Okay? So I don't think we need to put more suggestions unless something new comes up. Good night to you all. Thank you so much again for allowing me to read for you. And I will see y'all on our next live stream. Peace and blessings, Herbs and Potion, and Amber, and Monet, and Miss Jones, and Crystal, and Missy, and all the people that's here. Thank you. What's up, Shan? What's up? What's up? Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Look forward to reading for you guys. Bye-bye.